All right, why are you not doing well on probation?
I had a bad time in 2022 and makes a bad decision counter.
Why are you making bad decisions when you know you could go to prison for 10 years? Court is calling 2020 CR 3640 State versus Aisha Esparza. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
I can vouch for the state.
Martin Dara, attorney for Aisha Esparza.
And are you Miss Esparza?
Yes, sir.
Did you review the document entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision with your attorney?
Yes,
Did
sir.
you understand it?
Yes, sir.
Are you the same Aisha Esparza who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2020 CR 3640 for the offense of retaliation on August 5th, 2020 for a term of 5 years? Is that you?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, state.
Violation of condition number 2, on or about the 31st day of December 2021 in Bexar County, Texas, the defendant Aisha Esparza did then and there fail to submit to drug testing as directed by the court supervision officer and or duly authorized agent of the court in violation of condition number 2.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True. We waive and abandon the remainder, sir.
Any objections?
No objection.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 2, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, and sentence you up to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine?
Yes, Your Honor.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 2? Court will find violation of condition number 2 true. Is there a proposed agreement? And defense, what are you requesting?
Your Honor, we're respectfully asking that you follow the recommendation of probation, which was to deny the state's motion. Continue her on her deferred an extension of 2 years. They're recommending a 90-day jail sanction. That's the one thing that we differ on.
Mhm.
We are hoping that she'd be able to do a GPS monitor, partial house arrest, so she'll either be at work or at home. Additionally, I can tell you the recommendation from probation was also alter and amend to add the drug patch for 9 months, 0 tolerance probation, ISP for 1 year, then supervised by HRC unit, MRT class, healthy relationships class, and that she will report by person for all future visits.
All right, so any objections to the court review and the court summary?
No, Your Honor.
Oh, they send it to me by email. I just don't look at it until people tell me it's okay. So let me look. All right, what I can tell everybody, the fact that probation is saying they want a 90-day jail sanction, that tells me that they really don't want to continue you, right? So what I am going to have to find out from you is why you're not doing well on probation. And it appears from looking at the probation is that there's some issues with marijuana use. I know that neither party is going on that, so I'm not accepting that as true, but I'm just telling you what appears to be going on. So you want to raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give would be the truth, that nothing but the truth, so help you God? All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Aisha Esparza.
All right, why are you not doing well on probation?
I had a bad time in 2022 and makes a bad decision counter.
Why are you making bad decisions when you know you could go to prison for 10 years?
I was suffering from marijuana, from alcoholism.
All right, so let me just tell you, that's really not a good reason to come to me with that. You know why? Because I always ask everybody if they have any issues, they can let probation know they're having issues or come to me if they feel as though probation is not addressing those issues.
I understand that.
So,
And I did make a mistake.
well, no, you make choices because everybody knows you're not allowed to use marijuana while you're on probation. If you decide to use marijuana while you're on probation, you're making choices. If there is an addiction involved, for example, if you're on probation and you're using cocaine, yeah, you're making a choice, but I understand that sometimes people are addicted, right? So in this court, I always tell people, if you feel as though you're going to use, if you feel as there's an issue, let probation know. Even if you feel like, oh, I'm going to use, cocaine today. Cocaine is calling my name. I'm not going to be able to stop. I'm going to use it. I always tell them, let probation know. And then what I will do is probation will have you come in here because your attorney will tell you, I've had compliance hearings. And it's what can we do to get you back on track? You understand? And I'm looking at the court summary. You've been missing in action. Where have you been?
Nervous.
I don't know. Don't be I mean, I can easily say, don't be nervous. I understand why you're nervous because you're looking at 10 years in prison. So I'm trying to figure out where have you been? Because I'm looking at the court summary.
I was scared to turn myself in, Your Honor.
Mhm.
I just started a job in July of 2022 and I went to counseling. I was diagnosed with bipolar depression. I got on medications until I was pregnant in February of 2023. I've been doing good since, and I was just scared to turn myself in.
Well, that's a problem. All right, anyone else has any other questions?
Your Honor, if I may.
And then, and also counsel, if you can see on the court summary, the issues with her doing Zoom office visits, if you can also address that as well.
Yes, sir. I can ask you some questions.
Sure.
Now you talked about the substance abuse. You talked about mental health issues, but I'm just curious. Do you dispute the descriptions? I mean, did we get a chance to go through this court summary in detail?
Yes.
And you recall those descriptions of your interactions with probation on Zoom?
Yeah.
I mean, do you have, let me ask you this, was it a false representation of what happened?
No.
And do you think that that interaction at the time, was that, well, are you the same person that you were then?
No.
I mean, you mentioned a couple of things have changed. One was getting your job. And then it was the medication as well.
Yeah.
When you got the job, that was at South Texas Podiatry. And Your Honor, I do have letters printed out. These letters are from one of the primary physicians at South Texas Podiatry. I've already shared these with
Any
her.
objection?
No objection, Judge.
And another letter is from Lisa Bing, the area manager at South Texas Podiatry. And a third letter from her cousin.
All right, let me read this. And just so state is aware, I did have the defense counsel send this to me because it was in his phone to print it out, but I didn't read any of it.
Your Honor.
So, and are these letters that the defendant provided to you?
Yes, sir.
Court is calling 2025 CR 001187, State versus Michael Arez Mendez. Could I have parties announce?
Scott Sullivan with the state.
Scott Sullivan for the defendant.
And are you Mr. Arez Mendez?
ma'am.
Counsel, have you received all discovery?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you review it with your client?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Did you review the application for community supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, I do.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes, Judge.
Did you review the document entitled Court Admonishments with your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand it and did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Okay.
Did you understand that you're charged with the offense of possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, 1 to 4 grams? The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine. If you have a plea with the state, the court does not have to follow that plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you, and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
You have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent. By entering this plea, you are giving up those rights. Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, you have.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
I believe he does.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Aras Mendez, has anyone threatened you,
No, ma'am.
coerced you, threatened you, coerced you,
No,
or
ma'am.
placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented? Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea, punishment is to be assessed at 4 years in the prison, and the state is recommending community supervision. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense is at the plea?
Yes, sir.
State is at the plea?
Yes, Judge.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Did you understand by signing that you are waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am, yes.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
Yes, ma'am.
No, have there been any such motions?
No, ma'am. I'm sorry, Your
No
Honor.
problem. Outside the agreement, the state is recommending that your community supervision be for a term of 4 years and there be a TAP evaluation. Did you understand those were recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, ma'am.
Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
I can't contest.
State any evidence?
Stated in Exhibit 1 and attachments, Judge.
Any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
State to be excused.
Thank you, Judge.
Did you review the waiver and stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places? Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent? Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports? But most importantly, there'll be no live testimony. Did you understand? Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. After reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Judge, I think you finally wants to get a hold. We talked a lot about his sobriety, and he's ready to get there now.
All right, so how long have you been using?
Been using for about 10 years.
When did you start? I mean, how old were you when you first used?
20.
Okay, why did you start?
A lot of depression. And, it's like my family, I didn't have my family.
All right. And is your family here in Bear County?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any children?
No, ma'am.
All right, so who is your support system? What family members?
My mom.
All right, have you been to prison before?
Yes, ma'am.
For what?
For the same thing.
For drugs?
Yes, ma'am.
Anything other than drugs?
Tampering with evidence and abetting arrest.
All right, and what are all these tattoos about?
Tattoos.
Mm-hmm.
I just have love for my city.
Yeah, okay, yeah. We're gonna see if probation thinks that's love for the city or love for groups.
Yes, ma'am.
So I think it may be love for more than your city, right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so here's the thing about tattoos. I really don't have a problem with people having tattoos, but this is always tell you, once you start tattooing really above the clavicle, people will see you a certain way. Like, for example, who's gonna hire you? Like, there may be somebody out there who said, you know what, I'm gonna look past all of this. He seems like a good guy. He seems like he's ready to change his life and he wants to work hard. But 9 times out of 10, people are gonna say, that's a little bit too dangerous for me because there's other things going on. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. The court is going to find you guilty. The court is going to sentence you to 4 years in the prison, suspended and probated for 4 years. In custody, we're going to do the following evaluations. TAP evaluation. Follow recommendations. Gang evaluation. And there's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Oh, and also, Ms. Abrams, we'll do a MIC evaluation in custody as well. There's to be regular random UAs. Proof of employment within 30 days of release. No employment as a home health care provider or with minors. How far did you go in school?
To the 10th grade,
Why? Why didn't you graduate?
because I was,
Doing other things? All right. So there's going to be 200 hours of community service restitution. And that will be waived if he obtains his GED or some sort of trade school certification. So you're gonna have a choice. You can better yourself by obtaining your GED or obtaining your trade school certification in something. Or it gets hot in San Antonio, as you're aware, since you say you have love for your city. And you can spend that time on the side of the road picking up trash because that's where they'll put you. You understand?
this time,
There's going to be field visits one time per month until further notice. And there's to be 120 sober meeting days, 120 sober meetings in 120 days. Probation, is there anything else? Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful? All right, did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
this one, I did.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, because you waive your right to appeal, do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question about what that is, speak to your attorney.
Totally understand.
All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing. I understand sometimes when people go into prison, they develop an affiliation with groups that have love for their cities because that's what you need to make it through prison, right? You're going to have to make a decision on whether or not you want to change your life. Definitely, if you continue on the path you're on, you're going to either spend the rest of your life in and out of jail, in and out of prison, or somebody's going to be identifying you on the side of the road or in some field somewhere. You understand? In this court, to be successful, communication is key. If there's an issue, if you feel you're about to use, because you're not allowed to drink alcohol either, let probation know. If you feel they're not addressing it, you can come back to court. And then if you decide, you know what, this probation thing, I can't believe I signed up to do probation. I don't want to do it. Again, let probation know. All right, good luck to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, court is calling 2024 CR 010581 State versus Macedonia, Claudio Jr. Can I have parties announce?
Andrew Harris Adelman, state.
Survey bar for Mr. Macedonia Claudio.
And are you Mr. Claudio?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, have you received all discovery and did you review it with your client?
We have to.
Probation, this is an application. And Mr. Claudio, did you review the document entitled Application for Deferred Adjudication with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it? Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We do, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes, Judge.
Did you review the court admonishments with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places? Did you understand you're charged with driving while intoxicated third or more as a third-degree felony? Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine. If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, I'm sorry, I need that one back. This one's the one that's not signed. Oh, if for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. You have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent. By entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights. Did you understand? And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea bargain agreement in this case? Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
I believe that.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense? Mr. Claudio, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea? Anyone promised you anything other than the plea? Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented? Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it? According to the plea, punishment is to be assessed at 7 years in the prison, and the state recommends deferred adjudication. Did you understand that to be the plea? Defense is at the plea?
It's probation, Your Honor.
I'm sorry, probation. Thank you.
It is otherwise, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, thank you. I'm sorry about that. State, did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, Judge.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in both places? Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
No, ma'am.
Outside the agreement, the state is requesting that your community supervision be for a term of 6 years. There be a TAP evaluation, 200 hours of community service restitution, ignition interlock for half the term, DWI intervention, VIP live. Well, you're not allowed to drink alcohol while you're on probation, and there's to be 2-year driver's license suspension. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state, and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes.
And did you also understand that as a condition of your probation, the court could sentence you up to 10 years in the Bexar County Jail? All right. Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? State any evidence?
In an exhibit 1 and attachments, Judge.
With no objections.
All right, state, you may be excused.
Thank you, Judge.
Did you review the waiver and stipulations with your attorney?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in, the right to remain silent? Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports and judgments, but most importantly, there'll be no live testimony? Did you understand? Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
We are, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
We just asked the court to follow the plea agreement and entered into after a couple different discussions, not just with the ADAs, but Mr. Claudio himself. He's willing and able to handle any requirements that the court would impose in this probation, and I think that the gravity and seriousness of what he was facing here is actually quite helpful in terms of him being ready to do these things and take responsibility.
All right, and with regards to Woolsey, state, is there restitution for Britton Woolsey?
No, Your Honor, all of their costs were completely covered by liability insurance.
All right, and there's no deductible for them?
If there was, they did not mention.
All right, thank you. So probation, there's no restitution. All right, so how often do you drink alcohol?
How long? Your Honor?
Well, I mean, I'm sure after your DWI first, you said to that judge, oh, I no longer drink alcohol. And then when you pick up the second one, oh, Your Honor, I no longer drink alcohol. So obviously you have an issue with alcohol. Obviously, you cannot drink alcohol at all because you can't stop when you start. It would have been so easy for this person that you had the car accident with to have been killed by you. And then you would have been here crying, and your family members probably would have been saying, please don't send him to prison. He's a good guy. Counsel, you've done a lot of DWIs. Have you ever had a client or known someone who said, my intention when I went out drinking was to become intoxicated and kill somebody?
Amen.
Nobody ever says that, but it ends up happening. So what I will tell you, when you're on probation, and it's not just for DWIs, it's for any probation case, you're not allowed to drink alcohol, period. If you drink alcohol, that's a violation of your probation. And in this case, if your probation is violated, you're looking at potentially 7 years in the prison. And what I do know is usually when people have DWIs and they go to prison, they end up serving the majority of that time. So what do you do for a living?
I work for a company called 4840 Solutions. It's a pallet company. We break down old pallets and rebuild new ones. So I've been there nearly 2 years, a year, 7, 8 months.
And what have you been doing to seek to maintain your sobriety?
Started going to lifetime recovery outpatient. I attend AA. I am enrolled, it starts May 3rd, I'm enrolled to the DWI intervention. I completed the VIP, the victim impact. I have my certificate for that.
Mhm.
And staying busy, work and home and with my family like I should have been doing.
Mhm. All right. And do you have any minor children?
My youngest is 12 going on 13.
All right. So, council, there is 10 days required at the Bear County Jail. Sometimes in exchange for that, I will do partial GPS, but it will be partial GPS for work only.
Understood, Your Honor, and that's what we would ask respectfully, Your Honor. He is maintaining this job, and it is that's one of the main reasons is that he's helping to support not only his son who lives in the home who has some special needs, but also his wife and his mother as well. So I know that is exactly an important part of it. He understands what he stands to lose with that, so he will comply with all requirements.
All right, so if it's GPS, usually I waive the fees on that. They say there's a free GPS out there somewhere with no fees. I've never seen it. It's a unicorn. But with the GPS with the waive fees, probation may be able to do that with him through the probation, or he may have to go to the jail to pick it up from there.
Understood.
All right, so the court is going to sentence you to 7 years in the prison, suspended and probated for 6 years. There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person, regular random UAs with testing for alcohol, proof of employment within 30 days, no employment as a home health care provider or with minors, TAP evaluation out of custody, follow recommendations. There will be 30 days partial GPS for employment, waive fees, and that will be in lieu of 10 days in the Bear County Jail. State, do you have any objections to the defendant serving time on GPS as opposed to 10 days in the Bear County Jail?
Objection.
All right. And so that the record can be clear, the court is doing this because one, I think it would be a hardship for you to serve the 10 days in jail. You'd probably lose your employment. And also there is an overcrowding issue at the jail. There are health issues at the jail. I've toured the jail. There is mold at the jail. So that is why it's 30 days. There's going to be ignition interlock half the term. You don't have ignition interlock on any vehicles you have access to. So if those vehicles belong to persons who are living at your home, you must have GPS on those. 200 hours of community service restitution. I'm going to order parenting classes. Once that's complete, the 200 hours will be deemed satisfied. DWI intervention, DWI education, and probation. Some of these classes he's already completed or he is almost completed. He can receive credit for that. VIP live, 2-year driver's license suspension. Field visits 1 time per month for 6 months. 90 sober meetings in 90 days. Probation, is there anything else?
Okay.
Is there anything else you need from the court in order to be successful?
Your Honor,
Yes.
I allow to look for new employment since I started my job after taxes. I was getting like 560. They cut our hours. Some checks are coming out for like 300 something or something. That's
Oh, yes, you're allowed to look for new employment. All right, just speak with probation about that.
Okay.
All right, did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it? Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what that is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing. I hope I don't need to tell you this again. There are some people who are driving around. They're just trying to go to a football game, you know, Texas Friday Night Lights thing, or either they're driving somebody during the daytime. Everybody's just trying to get to their destination safely. And in Bexar County, there's an issue with people drinking and driving. They become impaired and they think they're not impaired. And then you end up with accidents and people dying. And then it's a tragedy. And let me just tell you, the public feels little to no sympathy to the person who's intoxicated and they hit someone and then they come to court crying, I never meant to do that. I have a family to support. So if you're not going to maintain your sobriety for yourself, which is really who it should be about, then maintain it for your son that you're supporting. You understand? If you ever need anything, let probation know. If you feel like they're not addressing it, you can come back to the court. If you feel like I'm about to stray from my sobriety, call probation, speak to your sponsor. If you feel they're not addressing it, you can come back to the court and we'll see what we can do to help you. All right? All right. Good luck to you.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
আমি আছি বগুড়ায়, আর বগুড়ার সব সেরা রাঁধুনিরা তাদের হাতের খাবার নিয়ে চলে এসেছেন। কেমন করছেন তারা, চলুন দেখা যাক। দর্শক, অসংখ্য প্রতিযোগীর মধ্য থেকে প্রাথমিকভাবে বাছাইকৃত প্রতিযোগীরা আজ হাজির হয়েছে বগুড়াতে। প্রত্যেকের স্বপ্ন একটাই, হতে চায় সেরা রাঁধুনি, এবং একটু পরেই তারা মুখোমুখি হবে বিচারকদের। তারা কি ভাবছেন, মনের মধ্যে কিরকম দুশ্চিন্তা হচ্ছে, কে কি রেসিপি নিয়ে এসেছেন এবং তাদের জন্য কতটা সহজ হবে ঢাকায় যাওয়ার টিকিট পাওয়া, কথা বলবো প্রতিযোগীদের সাথে। দেখি তারা কি ভাবছেন। কেমন আছেন?
ভালো আছি, আপনি ভালো আছেন?
আপনার রেসিপি কি?
আমার রেসিপিটা হচ্ছে ক্যারামেল অরেঞ্জ ইয়োগার্ট।
ওকে, এটার মূল ইনগ্রেডিয়েন্টস কি?
এটার মূল ইনগ্রেডিয়েন্ট হচ্ছে দই, বগুড়ার বিখ্যাত দই। আমি সেটা দিয়ে ফিউশন করার ট্রাই করেছি।
আপনি এর আগেও অংশ নিয়েছিলেন সম্ভবত 1427 এবং গ্র্যান্ড অডিশন থেকে বাদ পড়েছিলেন, রাইট?
রাইট।
এবারের রেসিপি কি?
এবারের রেসিপি হচ্ছে আমার চকলেট মোকা স্ট্রবেরি চিজ কেক। অল আর মাই সিক্রেট রেসিপি, সো আই এম ভেরি এক্সাইটেড।
কুমু, কেমন আছেন?
ভালো আছি, আপনি কেমন আছেন?
খুব ভালো। এর আগে 1427 লাকি 7 থেকে বাদ পড়েছিলেন, এবার কি মনে হচ্ছে?
প্রথমবারের যে অভিজ্ঞতা, বর্তমানে আমি তারপর আরো 2 বছর সময় নিয়েছি, শিখেছি, তো নিজেকে এবারে তৈরি করে এনেছি। ইনশাল্লাহ ভালো কিছু একটা হবে।
আপনার রেসিপির মূল বৈশিষ্ট্য কি?
আমার রেসিপির মূল বৈশিষ্ট্য হচ্ছে গ্রাম্য নিয়ে এসেছি, মানে আমার গ্রামের যে জিনিসপত্র সে প্রেজেন্ট করবো।
একসঙ্গে কতজনের রান্না করতে পারবেন?
আমি যদি বলি, এখন আমাদের বাসায় যত গেস্ট আসে আপ টু 20।
একটু কি ভয় লাগছে?
হ্যাঁ, একটু ভয় কাজ করছে, কারণ ফার্স্ট টাইম কোনো রিয়েলিটি শোতে আসছি।
তারপর আপনার জন্য শুভকামনা রইল।
সো মাচ।
দর্শক, ভয় তো লাগবেই, এবং এই ভয়কে জয় করাই হচ্ছে যে কোনো প্রতিযোগীর কাজ। সেরা রাঁধুনি কিন্তু একটা লম্বা প্রতিযোগিতা, এবং এই রেসে টিকে থাকার জন্য আপনাকে অবশ্যই অন্যদের চাইতে বেটার রেসিপি দিতে হবে, এবং সেই রেসিপির মধ্য দিয়ে কিন্তু যারা আমাদের বিচারক রয়েছেন তাদের মন জয় করতে হবে। সো দেখা যাক কি হয়, আমাদের সঙ্গেই থাকুন। দর্শক, আমাদের মাঝে বিচারকেরা চলে এসেছেন। একটু পরেই শুরু হবে ফুড টেস্টিং এবং সেই সাথে জাজমেন্ট। আমি এবার কথা বলবো আমাদের বিচারকদের সাথে, দেখি তারা কি ভাবছেন। ওয়েলকাম টু বগুড়া অডিশন। কি খবর?
ভালো, তুমি কেমন আছো?
আমি খুব ভালো আছি এবং আমি ভুল না করলে এবার দিয়ে বোধহয় পঞ্চমবারের মতো আপনি আসলে বিচারকের দায়িত্ব পালন করছেন। বগুড়ার প্রতিযোগী, সর্বোপরি এবারের প্রতিযোগীদের নিয়ে আপনার কি বলার আছে?
প্রত্যাশা তো অনেক বেশি, কারণ বগুড়া সবসময় সব সিজনেই অনেক ভালো ভালো পার্টিসিপেন্টস আমরা পেয়ে থাকি সেরা রাঁধুনিতে। তো এবারও আমি আশা করছি যে অ্যাটলিস্ট টপ 5 পর্যন্ত যেন যেতে পারে, এরকম পার্টিসিপেন্টস আমরা এখান থেকে নিয়ে যেতে পারি, এটাই আমাদের প্রত্যাশা।
শেফ নাইম আশরাফ দ্বিতীয়বারের মতো সেরা রাঁধুনির অডিশনের দায়িত্ব পালন করছেন বিচারকের। কেমন লাগছে বা কি মনে করছেন এবারের এই আয়োজন নিয়ে?
সেরা রাঁধুনি গত সিজনে আমরা রংপুর দিয়ে শুরু করেছিলাম, সো এবার বগুড়াতে নতুন পার্টিসিপেন্টসদের খাওয়া ট্রাই করার জন্য ভেরি এক্সাইটেড। রেসিপি সিলেকশনে আমি সবগুলো রেসিপি দেখেছি, সিলেক্ট করেছি, সো ওগুলো খাওয়ার জন্য এবার এখানে আশা করি অনেক ভালো পার্টিসিপেন্টস বগুড়া থেকে পাবো।
অনেক অনেক ভালোবাসা। আমার মনে হয় আমি আর সময় নষ্ট না করি, আপনার ভেতরে চলে যান।
তোমাকে অসংখ্য ধন্যবাদ।
থ্যাংক ইউ। দর্শক, আমাদের প্রধান 2 বিচারককে তো পেয়ে গেছি, কিন্তু বগুড়াতে রয়েছেন আমাদের আরও একজন অতিথি বিচারক। তিনি ঠিক কোথায় আমি এখনো জানি না, তাকে খুঁজে পাচ্ছি না। তিনি এলেই কিন্তু শুরু হয়ে যাবে আমাদের মূল অডিশন রাউন্ড।
আমার মাঝে আমি সেরা রাঁধুনি,
Mình đã tô xong bức tranh về chú mèo nha. Các bạn hãy quan sát lại bức tranh mình đã hoàn thiện này. Để theo dõi các video tiếp theo, các bạn nhớ bấm like cho mình nhé. Xin chào các bạn. Hello, xin chào các bạn đến với kênh YouTube của mình nha. Hôm nay chúng mình cùng nhau tô màu bức tranh về một chú gà mái này, một chú gà mái hoa mơ này. Chúng mình cùng tô màu nha. Một chú gà mái với cái bộ chân rất là sần sù, như kiểu chú ấy là một chú gà mái rất già rồi ấy. Nên mình sẽ tô cái màu của nó là màu đỏ nhá. Đây này, đây là cái màu đỏ này. Mình sẽ tô cái phần màu trên đỉnh đầu trước nha. Mình đang tô cái phần màu của chú gà. Mình đã tô xong cái phần màu với cái màu đỏ này rồi nhá. Giờ mình sẽ tô sang phần mỏ này. Để cái màu nâu. Đây là cái màu nâu này. Mình sẽ dùng cái chì ngòi nhỏ này. Một cái mỏ rất là sắc nhọn.
আপনার যদি লাক ভালো থাকে আমাদের সাথে নেক্সট অডিশন রাউন্ডে আপনি যেতে পারবেন। হ্যাঁ,
মানে এটা আপনি কেকের উপর দিতে পারেন না, দিস ইজ প্লাস্টিক, রাইট?
ওকে ওকে।
থ্যাংক ইউ। আপনি ইন্টারন্যাশনাল কুইজিন কি বানাতে পারেন?
ইন্টারন্যাশনাল কুইজিন আমি পারি না।
আমার মনে হয় আপনি একটু সময় নেন, ভালো করে শিখেন।
জি।
হ্যালো শেফ, হ্যালো ম্যাম, হ্যালো ম্যাম।
হ্যালো।
এটা হলো আমি করেছি কোয়েল বেগুনের কালাই টাক। আমার আঞ্চলিকতাকেই আমি ফিউশন হিসেবে এখানে তুলে ধরেছি। আর পাশে ডেজার্ট হিসেবে রেখেছি জাম্বুরা খোসার মালাই চাপিটা।
ইন্টারেস্টিং। এটা প্লেট করা কোথা থেকে শিখলেন?
আমি কমপ্লিট করার পরে যখন ঢাকাতে চাকরির প্রিপারেশনের জন্য যাই, তখন ওখান থেকে 3 মাসের একটা কোর্স করেছিলাম। ওখানে আপনার ডেকোরেশন, প্লেটিং অনেক কিছু শিখাইছিল। ছোটোখাটো কিছু ওখান থেকে শেখা হয়েছে। আর ইউটিউব, সুপার শেফ, মাস্টার শেফ, কানাডিয়ান, অস্ট্রেলিয়ান এইসব দেখেই শিখেছি। আর আপনার ফুড নিয়ে এক্সপেরিমেন্ট করতে ভালোবাসি। খাদ্যের অবশিষ্ট অংশ ফেলে দিয়ে আমরা অনেক সময় নষ্ট করি, যাতে ওইগুলো আমরা ফুড হিসেবে আবার প্লেটিং করতে পারি, সেই হিসাবে এটা আমার করা। জাম্বুরার
সেরা রাঁধুনিতে কি ফার্স্ট টাইম?
না, এবার দিয়ে আমার সেকেন্ড টাইম।
আচ্ছা।
এর আগের বার আমি এসেছিলাম আপনার ওই টিভি ছিল।
আপনি কিচেনে কাজ করেন না কেন?
জি, জি।
হোটেল বা রেস্টুরেন্টে কাজ করেন না?
আমি আপনার 17-18 মাস মতন কাজ করেছিলাম পাবনা রূপপুর পারমাণবিকের পাশে, মানে অ্যাসিস্ট্যান্ট হিসেবে ঢুকেছিলাম। পরে শেফ চলে যাওয়ার কারণে পুরো আমি হ্যান্ডেল করতাম ওইটা।
কিচেন লাইনে কাজ করতে চান?
অফকোর্স, এই জন্যই এখনো এর পিছনেই ছুটছে।
আপনার আইডিয়াস অনেক ভালো, ফুড আইডিয়াস অনেক ভালো, ফুডের টেস্ট অনেক ভালো।
থ্যাংক ইউ।
আপনার খুব ভালো চেষ্টা ছিল, আর আমরা নতুন রেসিপি দেখলাম।
থ্যাংক ইউ।
তো আমার মনে হলো আপনাকে আমরা একটা ওয়েটিং কার্ড দেই। আপনার যদি লাক ভালো থাকে আমাদের সাথে নেক্সট অডিশন রাউন্ডে আপনি যেতে পারবেন।
থ্যাংক ইউ।
আমার মাঝে আমি সেরা রাঁধুনি।
আমি নিয়ে এসেছি প্লেন রাইস, সর্ষে ইলিশ, আর হচ্ছে একটা ডাউল রান্না, বাড়িতে নর্মালি যেটা রান্না হয় আর কি, আর হচ্ছে 3 পদের ভর্তা। এতটুকু তো এনাফ না সেরা রাঁধুনি হওয়ার জন্য।
কি রেসিপি বানিয়েছেন আজকে?
এটা স্যার ফ্রাইড চিকেন আর ফ্রাইড রাইস।
বাসায় রান্না করেন?
জি জি।
কি ধরনের রান্না?
নর্মাল রান্নাগুলো আম্মু করে, আর একটু মানে অন্যরকম রান্নাগুলো আমি করে যাই।
আম্মু তো সেরা রাজনীতি গিয়ে রান্না করে দিয়ে আসে।
না না, নর্মাল রান্নাও পারি, নর্মাল রান্নাও পারবো।
একটু স্কিলটা বাড়াতে হবে। হ্যাঁ,
জি, আমি নিয়ে আসছি অ্যারাবিয়ান চিকেন খাফসা।
এখানে স্টার অনিস ব্যবহার করেছো? স্টার অনিস অনেক বেশি স্ট্রং ফ্লেভার আছে।
খাপসা নিয়ে এসেছি, এটা খাপসা হয়নি।
আবার আসবে।
চিকেন ললিপপ, সাথে একটু সুইটের জন্য চকলেট কেক নিয়ে এসেছি।
ললিপপের সাথে রাইস যায় না।
চিকেন ললিপপ ইজ আ স্টার্টার।
এই জিনিসগুলো অবশ্যই মাথায় রাখতে হবে।
থ্যাংক ইউ।
শারমিন কি বানিয়েছেন আজকে?
আমি এটা কাঁচা পেঁপের লাড্ডু বানিয়েছি।
শারমিন এটা আপনার নিজের রেসিপি?
জি।
ইটস রিয়েলি গুড। আমি খাওয়া স্টপ করতে পারছি না। আপনি ইন্টারন্যাশনাল কুইজিন কি বানাতে পারেন?
ইন্টারন্যাশনাল কুইজিন আমি পারি না।
আমার মনে হয় আপনি একটু সময় নেন, ভালো করে শিখেন।
জি।
ফারজানা আক্তার মিম
জি।
কি বানিয়েছো?
পায়েস।
এত বড় প্লেটে কেন?
আসলে ডেকোরেশনের জন্য একটু বড়ই নিয়েছিলাম।
ডেকোরেশনের জন্য তো ভালো লাগছে না।
পায়েস সাধারণত এভাবে সার্ভ হয় না।
আপনার নাম বলবেন আর কি রেসিপি বানিয়েছেন সেটা?
আমার নাম মোহাম্মদ শাফিউল আলম, ডিশের নাম ইয়ার হ্যাভেন টিট।
এটা হ্যাভেন কোন দিক থেকে হলো?
একটা স্মুথি ভাব আসে এই জন্যে।
যে একটা বাইট দিলাম আর একদম উড়ে হ্যাভেন। আমি খেয়ে যেটা দেখলাম কেকটা খুবই ড্রাই। সরি টু সে আমি যেতে পারি নাই হ্যাভেন।
অডিশন রাউন্ডে বিচারকদের কাছে প্রতিযোগীদের রেসিপির পাশাপাশি ফুড প্রেজেন্টেশন, কুকিং স্কিল, নলেজ, সেলফ কনফিডেন্স সহ বিভিন্ন বিষয়ে পরীক্ষার সম্মুখীন হতে হয়। সেই পরীক্ষায় অনেকেই বিচারকদের প্রত্যাশা পূরণ করতে পারেননি, তাই সেরা রাঁধুনি হওয়ার স্বপ্ন তাদের এখানেই থেমে যায়।
অয়েল ফ্রি আলু পনির। এটা
পনিরটা কিভাবে বানিয়েছে?
পনিরটা এটা কেনা পনির।
তাহলে তা আলুও বাজার থেকে কেনা। তাহলে আপনার কি?
আমার রান্না রেসিপি আমার।
আমার নাম নাসরিন আক্তার মিম। আমি আজকে করেছি ভ্যানিলা কেক, সাথে আমি করেছি হাঁসের মাংস।
কেকের সাথে হাঁসের মাংস।
কেকটা এখানে কেন, মানে টপ থেকে এডিবল?
নো,
সো এটা এডিবল না। এন্ড দেন হোয়াই ডিড ইউ পুট?
এটাও এডিবল না, এটা হচ্ছে প্রপার। হ্যাঁ,
মানে এটা আপনি কেকের উপর দিতে পারেন না। দিস ইজ প্লাস্টিক, রাইট?
ওকে ওকে।
থ্যাংক ইউ।
Làm cho chú cá này uyển chuyển này, bơi lội. Với cái phần vây là cái màu cam nha. Mình đã tô xong cái phần vây ở đuôi nha. Mình đang tô cái phần vây của chú cá ở phần lưng nha. Mình tiếp tục tô cái phần vây ở chỗ phần dưới của đầu nè. Phần vây là rất là dài nhá.
It looked really good. Taste-wise, it is also very good.
থ্যাংক ইউ
কোথায় শিখলে বিফ লাজানিয়া বানানো?
এটাই ফার্স্টে ইউটিউব থেকে দেখেছিলাম অ্যান্ড দেন কয়েকবার বাসায় নিজে ট্রাই করেছি 4-5 বারের মতো, যখন আমার মনে হচ্ছে যে রেসিপিটা পারফেক্ট করতে পেরেছি।
আমি সেরা চমক দেখাতে জ্বালাবো শিখা দেখিয়ে দেব যা হয়নি দেখা।
আমি মৌসুমি।
মৌসুমি কি বানিয়েছেন?
এটা হচ্ছে চকো ক্যারামেল চিজ কেক ব্লসম।
Looks beautiful. I think আজকের দেখা one of the best presentation.
থ্যাংক ইউ।
কি করেন আপনি?
আমার ছোটোখাটো একটা বিজনেস আছে ফুড নিয়ে, পাশাপাশি আমি ট্রেনার হিসাবে রাজশাহী মহিলা টিটিসিতে আছি। আমি মাস্টার্স কমপ্লিট করেছি হোম ইকোনমিক্স থেকে, আর এছাড়াও আমি হোটেল ম্যানেজমেন্টে ডিপ্লোমা করেছি, আর এখন করছি হলো কুলিনারি আর্টসের উপরে ডিপ্লোমা। এছাড়াও আমি কিছু লেভেল কমপ্লিট করেছি যেটা কুকিং এবং বেকিংয়ের উপরে।
সো আপনি রাজশাহী টিটিসি ট্রেনার?
জি।
সো রাজশাহী টিটিসি ট্রেনার হিসেবে ইউ হোল্ড আ ভেরি হাই পজিশন ইন দ্য সোসাইটি, রাইট? সো ওই পজিশন থেকে এসে এরকম একটা প্ল্যাটফর্মে দাঁড়িয়ে নিজের খানাকে প্রুভ করা, দ্যাট টেকস আ লট অফ গাটস। অল ইউর স্টুডেন্টস আর ওয়াচিং, যারা আপনাকে চিনে তারা দেখছে।
জি।
অ্যান্ড এটা তো অ্যাবাউট নাও তো 50-50, ইট ক্যান গো এনি ডিরেকশনে। ফুড প্রেজেন্টেশন নিয়ে আমি বলেছি, ইট লুকড রিয়েলি গুড। টেস্ট ওয়াইজ ইট ইজ অলসো ভেরি গুড।
থ্যাংক ইউ।
এভরি লেয়ার, ডিফারেন্ট এলিমেন্টস অফ ইট ভালো লেগেছে।
জি।
নিচের সসটা ভালো লেগেছে।
থ্যাংক ইউ।
আমাদের যদি সিলেক্ট হয়ে যান তাহলে কিন্তু একটা লম্বা সময় থাকতে হবে, মানে এত কিছু বাদ দিয়ে ওইটুকু কি করা সম্ভব?
সম্ভব, কারণ আমার বাচ্চারা খুব করে চায়, এটা তো আমার ভালো লাগার একটা জায়গা যে আমিও চাচ্ছি এখানে যেতে। সঙ্গে আমার বাচ্চাদের খুব ইচ্ছা যে তার মাকে এই পজিশনে দেখা যাক, তো আমি হয়তোবা জবও ছেড়ে দিতে পারি এখানে যাওয়ার জন্য।
মৌসুমি, আমরা আপনাকে ওয়েটিং কার্ড দিব, ঠিক আছে?
থ্যাংক ইউ।
আসুন।
ইয়েস, পেয়ে গেছি আমার কাঙ্ক্ষিত কার্ডটি। যদি আমি অ্যাপিরনটি পেয়ে যাই তো আমি যেখানে জব করি তাদেরকে আমি জানাবো আমি ছুটি চাই 2 মাসের জন্য। যদি তারা মানে রাজি হয় তাহলে ওকে, আর যদি না রাজি হয় তো আমার স্বপ্ন পূরণের জন্য আমি জবটা ছেড়ে দেব, তাও আমি যেতে চাই ঢাকা।
আসসালামু আলাইকুম।
ওয়ালাইকুম আসসালাম।
আমার নাম তাসনিয়া আলী।
কি বানিয়েছো আজকে?
আমি বানিয়েছি বিফ লাজানিয়া।
কোথায় শিখলে বিফ লাজানিয়া বানানো?
এটাই ফার্স্টে ইউটিউব থেকে দেখেছিলাম অ্যান্ড দেন কয়েকবার বাসায় নিজে ট্রাই করেছি 4-5 বারের মতো, যখন আমার মনে হচ্ছে যে রেসিপিটা পারফেক্ট করতে পেরেছি।
সো এটা পারফেক্ট আছে?
আই হোপ সো।
ইটালিয়ান আইটেমে কোন উপাদানটা ছাড়া কখনো ইটালিয়ান ডিশ হয় না?
টমেটো আর মজরেলা, ওদের প্রত্যেকটা আইটেমে কাইন্ড অফ এই দুইটা জিনিস কনসিস্টেন্ট থাকে।
অরিগানো অলসো।
অরিগানো অলসো, ইয়েস।
এখানে মজরেলা আসছে?
জি, হোমমেড মজরেলা যেটা আমি নিজে বানিয়েছি।
হোমমেড?
জি।
I am very impressed যে you make your own mozzarella.
থ্যাংক ইউ।
আর কি কি ইটালিয়ান ডিশ তুমি ভালো তৈরি করতে পারো?
স্প্যাগেটি উইথ মিট বলস, এটা ফ্রিকোয়েন্টলি বানাই। আরেকটা হচ্ছে তিরামিসু।
বাংলা খাবার বানাতে পারো?
জি পারি।
5 ফোড়নে যে ব্যবহার করা হয়, 5 ফোড়ন নাম শুনেছো?
জি।
5টা মশলার নাম বলো তো।
মেথি, মৌরি, কালিজিরা, জিরা, নর্মাল জিরা অ্যান্ড না সরি লাস্টটা মনে পড়তে
রাঁধুনি থাকে ওর মধ্যে।
ও হ্যাঁ সর্ষে
রাঁধুনিও থাকে, রাঁধুনি থাকে। মনে করেন আপনি সেরা রাঁধুনি হয়ে গেলেন,
জি
15 লক্ষ টাকাও পেলেন,
জি
দেন করবেন কি?
আই থিঙ্ক কালিনারি আর্টসে একটা ডিগ্রি পারসিউ করব ফার্স্ট অফ অল। অ্যান্ড বেকিংয়ে আমার আরও বেশি অনেক কিছু যে অনেক টাইপের আইটেমস আছে, সো ওগুলো আমি আমার প্রফেশনালি শেখার ইচ্ছা আছে। তো আমি মোস্ট প্রবাবলি স্কিল বিল্ডিংয়ে ইনভেস্ট করব সবার ফার্স্ট।
So for now, we'll give you a waiting card. ঠিক আছে?
আমি ঠিকই জানি আমার মাঝে আমি।
Hello, xin chào các bạn đến với kênh YouTube của mình nha. Hôm nay chúng mình sẽ cùng nhau tô màu bức tranh Một bông hoa mặt trời. Chúng mình cùng tô màu nha. Một bông hoa mặt trời, mình sẽ tô phần đôi môi nha, với cái màu đỏ nè. Đây là đôi môi nha. Với đôi môi là cái màu đỏ. Mình đã tô xong nha. Cái màu hồng. Cái màu hồng phấn mình sẽ tô hai bên má nha. Hai bên má bằng cái màu hồng phấn này. Mình đã tô xong một bên rồi này.